As he's an actor.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Yes, disclose.
This music video
Yes.
was for a movie called The Last Mile.
That just simply having Wi-Fi in an establishment is rare. I mean, if you're doing comparisons, say with
With
folks,
other African
yes,
countries,
with folks in the West,
Yeah.
getting Wi-Fi is not a guarantee at an establishment.
Yes.
Unlike in even Nairobi, outside Nairobi,
Even outside Nairobi.
you're getting Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I get Wi-Fi in Shags.
Yeah, and then you also have those who want to have the more traditional experience, who are going to places like Tanzania, like where it takes some adjusting, but there are people there's some African Americans who want that, who want that to be forced to learn another language. So there's different kinds of flavors and different personalities for different people. There are those who love the laid backness of a place like Rwanda. You'll find like a lot of the younger ones who are like in their early 20s. They say, like Rwanda, too family oriented, too boring. It's not as fast paced as Nairobi, so they prefer Nairobi. So these were just some of the things that some of the conversations that we were having, and of course that's becoming another big constituency in our audience. It's African Americans, Black people who are from the US or from other parts like Canada, who want to move to Kenya. They're becoming our audience. We already have Afro-Jamaican, and I can see here Achuna Patrice saying Afro-Jamaican is always on Spice Kenya in the morning.
True that.
Even what's his name?
I always his name is
comments.
It's always read out by Ndu.
Okay.
Even what's his name? Steve Harvey.
Yes.
Steve Harvey was like, man, these people love you. Like he's
Have you watched Steve Harvey's episodes of what's that show of his called Family Feud Africa?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I think that's the happiest I have seen Steve Harvey. With these African episodes, Africans wanacheka ile bila plan because they just love life. Because he's done episodes in South Africa and he's done episodes in Ghana. And I'm telling you, those things are so funny. If you've never watched them, just go watch them. Those things, like those videos have been going viral. So again, this is one of those things that we are going to push. We're actually planning to have Kia Simmons, another Kenyan, who's actually been given, I think, 40
American.
acres. Oh, sorry.
Another American.
She's
But she's Kenyan.
Yeah.
She's like Afro-Jamaican.
She's like Afro-Jamaican.
Okay. So
she's recently been given, I think, more than 40 acres worth of land. And 40 acres is very symbolic to African Americans. She's been given more than 40 acres
and a mule.
Was she given a donkey?
Gitwa Kahengeri na donkey hakuna. Donkey hakuna. I don't think kuna donkeys in
Jagavi.
the country. It wasn't a donkey. It wasn't a donkey. It was a mule.
It was a mule.
Yeah.
Well, see, you have to now, if we're gonna, okay.
Let me say this. I think just the connection or the door opening with someone like Brittney gives us a different vantage point.
Yes.
And allows us to see it's not just what you see on the home of the streets of Baltimore. Right, but there are people who and you start noticing that many African Americans are really looking to connect, with the continent.
Yeah,
and it's good to see that we have hosted one, and her passion and her love for the continent, her passion and love for Kenya comes out, and it's very encouraging.
We've hosted two Americans.
Yeah.
Two Americans.
Who love the continent.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
True that.
Okay.
Yes. But before you go on, the other thing that you should have said as well is that a lot of African Americans do not want to raise their kids in the America of today.
Yeah, and that's so
a
profound.
Big push for them actually moving to Africa so that their kids can be raised with people of the same color.
Yeah.
And who, I guess they would say, goals line up.
So this is, we are living, like at a very important intersection, because I think this, with the population of Africans coming to the US, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, and now with African Americans coming back to Africa, we are living at an intersection of the first reunion after 400 years of separation. And I think I think now it's more than 500 years of separation, and people haven't paused to think about how iconic this moment is in history. For the first time, we are telling each other what's going on. We're not relying on some media telling us or someone else. We are telling each other this is what's happening. So this is the deal. So this is a very interesting time to see, and I'm curious to know, like what will come out of this. And as we get ready to get to Mika, I'm not sure if Mika is already tuned in, but I'm going to read a couple of comments here. I can see Esther Mulusa says, Africa is a place where Westerners find respect. They can also practice their negative power plays on gullible Africans who are too polite and naive to recognize the power dynamics going on.
True that.
Even a dog walker from Britain gets royal treatment in Africa, yet at home he is nobody. It's all about respect. I think this is the first time that we are seeing black Westerners coming in en masse. They used to come, but moja, but this is the first time we're seeing them coming en masse.
Right.
So I think we also have to give them, like some grace, because this is new. We know how, like white Westerners, the attitude, quite a number of them have been coming with when they come to Africa. I would want to believe, with the spiritual nature and the connection that African Americans are coming with, and other members of the black diaspora who are coming back to Africa, I want to give them the grace that they're coming with good intent. And so far, we've mostly seen, like the positives. I mean, of course, there's a change in social dynamic, and we're yet to see how that will work out. But I think, so far things are so good. And then Afro-Jamaican says, Kenya is amazing, but it's hard. Just paid $6,000 to a total stranger to help me get there. Kenya is special, very special. Afro-Jamaican, you could have paid us, but anyway, we're going to talk behind it.
We would have paid what, 6,000 shillings or $6,000?
To a stranger. He could have paid us, and we would have shown him our ways.
He doesn't know how to get to Kenya.
I don't know exactly what he means by
so
get to Kenya.
We can draw a map for him.
I don't know.
Let me give him my
M-Pesa. Can even escort him.
I can give him my M-Pesa Nini so he can start now.
Yeah, we can even escort him. And then, let me see. Achuna Pacho says, enlightenment is happening in the African American community. And Slay agrees that, yes, we should give them grace. So I think we want to move because we have so much more to cover. But that's a topic that definitely we're going to get back to. Next year. And then now moving on to March, we hosted Shiro Yunis, who's a Kenyan movie producer who produced a movie in Tanzania. It's very interesting. We have two Tanzanians in the studio today. A movie called Dodoma that had a Ghanaian actor called Van Veka. And it was also a very interesting episode.
You know, one mic was in a movie once.
Oh. Was he?
Yes, and we're gonna talk about that movie. Yes, we're gonna talk about that movie.
We even shot a movie. Was it a movie? A music?
No.
Music video?
No, he's been in a music video. He's been in a movie. He's a star. He's a vixen. Plus, he's an actor.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Yes, disclose.
This music video was for a movie called The Last Mile.
Was it? Yeah.
It was The Last Mile.
Yeah.
Why does that sound familiar?
No, it was shot by Bernard Neto.
Yeah.
And Nani was the main guy.
Okay.
Nani, there was the guy from this Christian group, Milele.
Oh, wow.
The head guy, I think the head guy was the main guy. Our boy Nani was also Korea. What's his name? The guy who went home. Joseph Masharia?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
Jose.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right? So, the music video, the soundtrack.
Yes.
Apparently, Bernard Neto and Daktari here are boys.
Oh.
So, I was approached to do the music video.
Yeah, one mic was a vixen.
Where was it shot?
Was it dropping it like it's hot?
Bro. Where was it shot?
Where?
his apartment.
Damn. Did you get paid?
So we go way back with this guy.
Even credits,
So you guys provided a vixen plus a venue, and then you never got paid. So you need to talk to those people.
And you probably helped edit.
Yeah. You need to talk to those people. But let's get back to Shiro Yuni.
Yes.
You know, like Kenyan movie producer. You know,
She was in Dodoma.
She did a movie
She had
called
a
Dodoma.
Ghanaian, and it was shot in.
The movie wasn't necessarily shot in Dodoma. It was shot.
The title is called.
Yes,
It was shot in Mafia Island.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It was shot in Mafia Island. That's
Okay.
that's off the shores of Dar es Salaam. And it had, you know, like this popular Ghanaian actor called
Van Vika. Yes.
Yeah, Udo Mike, you wanted to talk about that. Why did you find this particular episode with Shiro Yunis from Houston profound?
It was very profound because so here we have a Kenyan directing, right? But it's one of those you wonder why it doesn't get traction. It doesn't. There's not that much traction.
Buzz.
There's no buzz, and not to say that it's not marketing, right? So you wonder what it is. We're always talking about let us grow our own. Let us nurture our own. Let us try and infuse us. I remember one time, I don't know, Jemo, there's a time we had an acting group in Baltimore. It was called Ishara Productions. Our first set book we did was Trials of Brother Jero, Masaibu and Ndugu Jero.
Oh, you guys did
We
Masaibu
did.
and Ndugu Jero here.
We did one in Baltimore.
Oh, wow, okay.
You know,
and who was the audience?
Kenyans.
Kenyans
Mostly because those are the guys
With
who
the ones
we're familiar with.
wearing Timberlands and Tusker shirts or other. Sorry, go on.
For somebody who didn't appear, you should be shutting up.
Yeah.
So anyway, Akina Muzi, Akina Muzi, Jabali, they love arts. So they came, they supported many Kenyans in Baltimore. Not that many, but a substantial.
Okay.
Because what our idea and notion was this: not everyone is going to go to clubs.
Yeah.
Not everyone is going to go to movies
Absolutely,
or whatever.
yeah.
So
Correct.
let us try and give
something.
An
alternative.
Yeah.
And the alternative was to do a play.
Yeah.
And most of the people my age around that time and in the area of Baltimore, set books they did. We did Trials of Brother Jero. We specifically chose that. Masaibu and Ndugu Jero because it's something that we've done. You know, and we had it was good. We even went to Boston. We took a road trip. So from whatever the finances that we got, we financed our trip to Boston. You know, Mike Mugo.
Oh, Mike Mugo was also part of the set.
Was part of the set, part of directing with another one called Kizito. But not Kizito was a banga. No, that one. You ungrateful wretch. So I think the idea and the notion is that it's one of those avenues that should be explored because not everyone wants to be a nurse, not everyone wants to be a truck driver, not everyone wants to do IT, but it's also an avenue that kids can get into because of doing art.
Yes.